the ruler of Twitter, the new poster boy for right-wing MAGA people, and the biggest narcissist, egoistic man-child in the planet at the moment. And we're of course talking about Elon Musk. The reason why I want to talk about Elon Musk is I've been monitoring Elon Musk for a while, what he does on a daily basis, because I started noticing a pattern of his behavior and people he promoted and tweets he was replying and liking, and overall things he was just participating in. And I started to remember old Elon saying that he's neither on the left or the right, and he's basically in the middle, liberal on a lot of social issues and conservative in a lot of financial issues. But he has always claimed that he isn't a conservative. And I can say with quite a lot of certainty that we can actually bury that bullshit now, because Elon has gone headfirst to the conservative end of the pool and is mainly tutoring towards that right-wing MAGA conservative wing of Twitter. Almost 100% of the time he's spending his time on liking tweets, retweeting tweets, answering to tweets. So he has found the audience that gives him the most attention, the most likes, the most interactions, that boosts his fragile ego. And because he now owns the biggest social media platform, one of the biggest social media platforms. I don't know if Twitter is the biggest. If you ask Elon, it is the biggest. But one of the biggest social media platforms, he is the sole ruler of it. And he's ruling it like a dictator at the moment, even though he's saying he wants free speech and he wants to see every single view. But that isn't actually true, and that's what we're tackling today, because we have also examples of his censorship that a lot of blue check marks and right-wing people don't want to acknowledge, that Elon Musk censors a lot of things on Twitter. Well, the most recent one is the ban the blue, which is a hashtag and a Twitter account that was solely meant for banning blue check marks that hurts Twitter's value. But anyways, let's see what this man-child has done for the past week or so. There were so many tweets and replies and likes that I didn't have time to go through all of them. If you want to go through all of them, by all means, but I had more than enough of examples of his behavior from just a few days. And you can see a pattern, the sort of demographic Elon supports, encourages, interacts with, and supports. You have to remember that Elon Musk isn't any Twitter user. Normally, I wouldn't say that a like or a reply or a retweet is necessarily an endorsement for an account. For example, if I retweet something, or if I like something, or if I comment on something, I'm such small fish in the pond that it's not considered to be an endorsement of that specific account. But this is Elon Musk. And Elon Musk isn't anyone. And when Elon Musk likes, comments, and retweets, as we're about to see, accounts use that to spread that, yeah, Elon is on our side, and they just spread hate. And I think that's kind of concerning, to be honest. Elon taking a firm stance of now, instead of being in the middle like he used to claim, he's now firmly on the right side. Even him saying that he's going to vote Republican is an endorsement to Republicans, that okay, Elon Musk is on our side. He just doesn't understand social constructions at all. And because he has such a fragile small ego, well, he has a large ego, but he has that small man syndrome, that small person, small man syndrome that Napoleon had. He needs his ego to be stroked every fucking day. And he probably noticed that the left doesn't really like him. So the best way to get that dopamine boost every day is to tutor towards right-wingers. We're not gonna talk about him like boosting his interactions and follower base artificially, because, well, everybody knows that one of the first things Elon Musk did when he bought Twitter was to boost his own following interactions and forcing people to see his tweets more than anyone else. But we're now going to jump into like the harmful acts that Elon does on a daily basis. So let's jump into the first one. And this is Elon Musk just replying interesting. It may not be much, but the account he's replying to is the Rebel News. And I don't know if you know what Rebel News is, but I can I can tell you that Rebel News is a fake news organization from Canada. Wikipedia actually calls it the Canadian far-right political and social commentary media website. They are anti-COVID, like they have been spreading like COVID misinformation, climate denialism, and a lot of other conspiracy theories. So Elon Musk just replying interesting gives an endorsement to Rebel News Twitter page. And that's harmful, considering Rebel News is spreading misinformation and conspiracies and a lot of hateful things. And Rebel News, like time and time again, goes deeply into that conspiracy theories. It's basically InfoWars, but a Canadian version of the InfoWars. InfoWars was Alex Jones's news outlet. But yeah, that's the first one. That's the first strike. Well, not the first strike. This was May 4th. So, and he does this every time. And just one word replying. And as you can see, this automatically gets a lot more interaction just because Elon Musk wrote something in there. Another one. Notes for the win again. Community notes can do a lot of good things, helping not spread misinformation. But Elon Musk could have replied to New York Working Families Party. But instead, Elon Musk decided to reply to one of the most hateful people on Twitter, YouTube, and probably in the planet, Matt Walsh. And anyone who knows me or knows anything about social commentary or culture war, Matt Walsh is one of the most hateful persons in the internet at the moment. To the point that even a lot of conservatives think that Matt Walsh is an asshole. That Matt Walsh every day spreads hate all around. Whenever he opens his mouth, whenever he tweets something, it's 99% hate. And again, the Jordan Neely case is a good example. Whether it was accidental or whether it was intentional, they killed Jordan Neely because they didn't know what they were doing. And killing, in my opinion, is always wrong. Matt Walsh, on the other hand, praises the killers as heroes because they stepped in to retain a person who was arrested 44 times, threatened and assaulted people. But that's, in my opinion, that's kind of hypocrite, considering like Christianity teaches you to be compassionate, teaches you to help the little guy, doesn't you want you to harm people, hurt people, doesn't want you to kill anyone. So, but Matt Walsh in general is a hateful person, and Elon Musk supporting Matt Walsh's views by just answering to Matt Walsh instead of going to New York Working Family Party, which only had 35,000 followers. One would argue that this is probably a left-leaning Twitter user, and Matt Walsh is really fucking far-right user. So that's the reason why Elon Musk is replying to Matt Walsh instead of New York Working Families. And by doing that, Matt Walsh's tweet has had 20 million views already, just because Elon Musk helped boost his tweet up. So Elon Musk is abusing his power for his own political and biased views of the world and culture. the exact same thing he's been criticizing governments and the previous Twitter users doing. So Elon Musk is doing the exact same thing as he's been criticizing his predecessors and also a lot of governments from doing, and also a lot of leftists for doing. So again, Elon Musk being a hypocrite and supporting far-right people. Another one. Wall Street Silver. The European Union is officially insane. They buyout scheme. The funny thing is, the community notes say that the Wall Street Silver, what they told was inaccurate. But that didn't do anything for Elon. Elon didn't like correct himself or anything. He just decided to endorse this tweet from Wall Street Silver, which was completely false according to the community notes. But Elon Musk didn't correct Wall Street Silver. He didn't correct himself after the community notes corrected that was actually misinformation, and this tweet is still available for everyone to see. And Elon could use resources to find out if a claim is true or not, but instead he decides to react to them immediately because they are on the side that he thinks is right, and it goes with his own biases. And we are going to see a lot of more examples of that behavior from Elon Musk, that instead of using 2 minutes of your life or your endless resources as one of the richest persons in the planet, you decide to react immediately because it fits your own narrative, it fits your own worldview, and you don't care if it's right or wrong because it's just what you believe in. Lucky for us, the community knows this time was right, but the harm was already done, and Elon Musk already supported a false claim, misinformation, and he did nothing to correct it. Another one. Ending censorship is guise of virtue, handing control of narrative to the people and actually accurate fact-checking as essential goals. Naturally, those who use to control the narrative and censor views they dislike are less than thrilled. How tragic. Okay, we're gonna tackle that first. The reason why this is kind of hilarious, we're gonna talk about who is he endorsing this time, because that's a problematic thing again. The person there, the reason why we're talking about censorship and fact-checking and controlling the narrative is Twitter is complying with more government demands under Elon Musk. So Elon Musk and Elon Musk's Twitter is at the moment complying with more governmental censorship than the previous Twitter did. Here's a small chart, like October 27th, 2021 to 2022. You can see there's a rise of Twitter complying with governmental censorship. So the claim that Twitter is now freer than the previous Twitter is actually false. And the funny thing is, like, they tried to ask Elon Musk and Twitter about a response to the study, and the only thing they answered was an emote, nothing else. So they aren't really like interesting. I think Twitter employees would want to answer, but Elon Musk doesn't let them. So at the moment, Twitter is actually censoring more than the previous Twitter. And again, a person that they are endorsing this time is Babylon Bee's Seth Dillon. Political satire is completely fine with me. The thing that I am not fine with is political satire being one-sided, and people are using that satire for their own biased views, and that's technically what Babylon Bee is doing all the time. You don't see satire against or towards the right wing. You can only see I'm gonna now use my quotations, satire, because Seth Dillon has stated in the past, for example in Joe Rogan, what his own views are, and they go hand in hand what the so-called satire of Babylon Bee is. And those who don't know what Babylon Bee is a conservative Christian news satire website that publishes satirical articles of topics including religion, politics. Well, there's no satire about religion because Seth Dillon and others in Babylon Bee are heavily religious. There's no political satire per se, because as you can see, they make these onion type satiric news articles, but they tend to attack those that the right wing agrees and the enemies of the right. So you can't really, you see where I'm going? Like, this is another anti-Vogue website that claims to be a satire news outlet, and Babylon Bee is just another right-wing news outlet that hides themselves in political satire just so they can't be held accountable for anything. So basically they're just fucking pussies who don't have the balls to stand up what they believe in, so they hide behind political satire so they have a way out when they're called out. And that's the reason why they've been banned from a lot of platforms in the past, because they do believe what they tweet and they do believe what they write, but they hide behind that political satire flag, so they can always go behind that like excuse that we are a political satire website, not an actual news website, or not an actual like political website. So that's kind of sus. Despite this, Republicans still listen to her music and buy tickets to her too. It's much riskier for conservatives to speak up. But that's again like a really fucking dumb argument. Doesn't really hold up when you examine it. Doesn't really hold up. Anti-COVID, of course. That's one of the right-wing copes you have to do. Retweets end wokeness. Well, we're gonna come to that really soon. And just anti-woke. Global warming risk is overblown in short term but significant in the long term. Again, people use this Elon Musk's tweet about global warming to advance their climate denier agendas and viewpoints. Even though Elon Musk believes climate change is real, from time to time he tends to tweet about climate change, like the real drastic levels and the state of like the fight against climate change. This is a hot topic for Elon, because he needs to tutor towards that right-wing Twitter user, but he can't be pro climate change because that would make him look bad in front of his fans. So he needs to tightrope being for climate change and also against climate change actions. So that's kind of hilarious to watch. Every time Elon Musk tweets something about global warming or climate change, there's always that he's gonna say there's two things, and this is one of them. Global warming risking overblown in the short terms, but significant in the long terms. That's how you give ammunition and weapons to the right wing while saying that you're still for climate change. And that's, again, a really fucking pathetic way of... You just need people to love you. And that's a narcissistic person right there. And also giving support for a climate denier. And, well, Chernovich, I think, actually used Elon Musk's tweet to boost that he's on our side. He's not on my side, he's the side of like climate deniers. Even though I don't think that's true. But he has a fan base on the right, so he needs to tutor towards them. We have gays against groomers. Is this accurate? Elon Musk has endless amounts of resources. He is one of the richest persons alive. And before tweeting this and giving support for gays against groomers, who, in fact, has used that Elon Musk replied to gays against groomers? There's another one. They are using Elon Musk's support to gain... there we go. Elon Musk likes a tweet from gays against groomers again. So they are using Elon Musk's answer, Elon Musk's likes or comments, to emphasize that they are on the right and Elon Musk is on our side. So they are gaining following from Elon Musk's support. And this is a good example of like where Elon Musk could have taken that a couple of minutes, even 10 to 15 minutes, to just study a bit and find the answer. So he didn't need to tweet that support and endorsement to gays against groomers. But instead he decided to do that because, again, gays against groomers fan base is the same fan base that is on Elon Musk's fan base. So he needs that validation, he needs that dopamine hit. So he decided to do that, and by doing that, he endorses gays against groomers, and gays against groomers has used Elon Musk as an endorsement before. Gays against groomers is an interesting organization, considering like a lot of their outtakes, a lot of their takes are really anti-LGBTQ, and also really transphobic. But they claim to be a part of LGBTQ while being basically a conservative Twitter user and an organization which has gotten them into hot waters before. A child wearing anything queer related is worse than a Nazi. Having a child wear a shirt with a swastika on the queer movement is more evil than Nazis. Yeah, they were also banned on Twitter because of their transphobia and because of their anti-LGBTQ views. And Elon Musk just decided to let them roam once more and spread that anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, while hiding behind that they claim to be, I don't know if they are, I don't know if they aren't, but they claim to be gays against groomers. But they are generalizing that every single trans person, and even in the past, every single LGBTQ member is a pedophile. And that's not accurate at all. That's not even slightly accurate. There might be. But to make such a broad claim that every single support of track artist, or every person that is a track artist or goes and watches track is a pedophile is completely and 100% wrong. And Elon Musk just decides to endorse that because it's his values also, and it's his point of view also. Then we come to Ian Miles Jeong. This is one of the newest ones, but as you can see, Elon Musk liked the tweet. Did Jordan Neely deserve what happened to him? And Ian Miles has tweeted quite many times that he thinks that it was justified. And it's because the reason why it was justified was like because he was arrested 44 times. In my opinion, no one deserves to die, especially a person who's clearly mentally not well, homeless, and needed help. If you choke a person for 15 minutes, that's not restraining it. That's killing. That's I wouldn't call it murder. I would call it a manslaughter. But 15 minutes is way too long. But Elon Musk has liked and commented a lot of things about Jordan Neely case. And according to what we can just assume from Elon Musk's support and endorsements, he also thinks that he had it coming. And that's kind of scary, considering like you would think that Elon Musk, with all his wealth and all his reach, would preach love, equality, and also just being a nice person and making the world a better place for everyone. Instead, he endorses and likes tweets that promote hate, fear, and even death. That just shows like what sort of a person. Well, we have to remember that Elon Musk was really pro-Putin and anti-Ukraine. So it's not really that big of a shock that Elon likes tweets that promote killing a person is okay. But what sort of a person is Ian Miles Jeong? Well, Ian Miles Jeong, I don't know if Elon probably did no fucking research on this guy, but apparently he likes it young, let's say. Stupid sexy babies say bring it on themselves. Why? Well, why not? A good number of people on the sex register are only there because of draconian age of consent laws. I can't even read this out loud because of YouTube, but apparently he wasn't a huge fan of Jews either. So that's a great endorsement, Elon. I have to say that. Well played again. But again, after this whole thing, I will wholeheartedly say that Elon Musk is a far-right MAGA person. That's plain and simple, like endorsing a person who calls Adolf his idol and despises Jews, and also really likes women really young. You could just connect the fucking dots there. Again, another one. Again, we're talking about the James Neely case. Elon Musk is giving support and endorsement to a Twitter user and tweet that states that James Neely deserved to die after being strangled for 15 minutes. As a person who has actually rear naked choked a person to unconscious, it doesn't take you more than... Well, it took me 10 seconds, which is quite a long time, but I needed to... It was a big guy. But it doesn't take you more than, okay, if you're not that... Well, let's say 15 seconds to make a person pass out. If you don't get a person to pass out in 15 seconds, you might want to do something else. But if you hold the choke for 15 minutes and you don't even do CPR, there's some fault in you. And you were a Marine, but that's not the point. We're not talking about the James Neely case. In my opinion, he didn't deserve to die. No one deserves to die. From the hands of another human. Of course, like, people die. That's just natural, but no human has the right to take away another human's life, in my opinion. But Elon Musk is fully supporting people who thinks that a homeless person deserved to die. Let's read this whole thing. In New York City this week, a black man threw his infant down a flight of stairs and threw his white wife off the rooftop. That's wrong. I can condemn that with zero outrage. But now a black New Yorker wants blood for the killing of Jordan Neely because the Marine veteran who did it is white. No. I mean, I would agree that there is a lot of people who probably want to look at it as a racial thing. I'm not one of them. I'm just looking at it as the Marine should have known better. And 15 minutes is way too long for a chokehold. Where you're in a branch of the US military, defense of the others become instinctual. So to my mind, what this guy tried to do was heroic. No, well, no. It really wasn't heroic, though. It was kind of pointless. Sure, there was a tragic accidental outcome. 15 minutes, choking a person for 15 minutes isn't an accident. But we just learned from Alec Baldwin that if you accidentally kill someone, you go free. That's a weird anecdote, but I don't think those two cases are comparable. So why all the fake? It's not a fake outrage. It's like a person clearly stepped out of his boundaries as a US citizen and choked another person and killed it. This brave Marine acted in defense. No, the guy didn't directly threat the Marine. He threatened others, yeah. Without the intent to kill. Why should he be punished? Well, he should be punished because, first of all, he was a Marine. And second of all, there was no CPR given to the guy after they noticed that he wasn't moving. And 15 minutes, choking a person for 15 minutes is quite long. So there should be consequences from that. And where's the same outrage for the victim when homeless people push others in front of the trains? There should be outrage from that. I agree. I don't see that every day, so I can't really talk about it, but I think there should be outrage from that also. Where was the outrage when another insane homeless guy beat and kicked a woman to the point where she is now blind in one eye? There should be outrage from that too. But I have to say that death is way worse than blindness. There wasn't any because it didn't suit the racism narrative. I don't. There are people who think this is as a racial issue. I'm not one of them. It never does when it's black on black crime. But we have noticed that Elon Musk also likes to comment and like people who every single one of them, these people who I've so far pointed out, are racist, whataboutism, MAGA people. And this guy tries to paint that, tries to play the Marine card quite hard, US veteran because of what race he was. No. I say shame on you. He did it duty to America by using what the military taught him to do to save others. So the US military teaches people to kill people. So he did exactly what the military taught him. But 15 minutes is way too much, and he should be stripped out of his military ranks and everything. The whole society has been built around racism. So I don't know what the fuck James Bradley is saying, but he's talking out of his ass. But yeah, Elon Musk endorsing and supporting racism isn't anything new. In Oklahoma, a black man shoots 2 people in the back of the head and kills them. According to the authorities, he shot both men because they were white. No, that's not a meaningless story. That's a hate crime. And what I read about the story, he was actually convicted of hate crime. So he was trialed for his crimes, which is the right thing to do. And that is heavily wrong. And as I stated, no human should have the right to take another human's life. But the reason Elon is only replying with an exclamation point is not because what I said. It's because Elon Musk agrees with the last part, another meaningless local story. Because Elon Musk supports that racism theory so fucking heavily. And also he wants to tutor towards the right wing, as we've stated many times in this point so far, that he just wants to endorse Richard Hanaya, which Richard actually used that retweeted Elon's reply that Elon Musk replied to him. But yeah, killing anyone is completely wrong. I agree. I don't think a human should have the right to take another human's life. Ever. Then we have the funniest fucking thing ever. Elon is a huge endorser and fan of end wokeness because Elon thinks that woke culture is the biggest threat to the human race ever. Which is kind of fucking hilarious though. I think guns and means of killing each other is the biggest threat to humanity. But, I mean, if you want to say woke culture is, by all means, I wonder how many people have been killed because of woke culture. And I can tell you a lot of people has been killed by war and means of killing. For example, spears, swords, guns, grenades, missiles, even nuclear bombs. So, whatever rocks your boat. Anyway, but yeah, Elon decided to, instead of using, I used 2 minutes of my time to research this source that is actually blocked a small amount, but Elon Musk didn't have 2 minutes of his time. So odd. Why would the media misrepresent the real situation to such an extreme degree? It so happened to be that this whole statistic is completely fabricated, believe it or not. And Elon Musk probably didn't have the 2 minutes to see what the source actually was, and didn't see the table 14. Lucky for everyone. I think I have that. There we go. Let's go to table 14. First of all, this is a survey. This isn't a study. And if you don't know what's the difference between survey and a study, I can't really help you. Like, go back to school. But we're now at table 14, and I want to emphasize this part immediately. Every time you're looking at numbers and statistics, you need to read the notes. Details may not sum to totals. Oh, no, not that one. Sorry. There we go. Exclamation point. Interpret with caution. Estimate is based on 10 or fewer sample cases, or coefficient or variation is greater than 50%. What that means is you shouldn't use this as 100% truth. But if you want to read this, this is like free data, you can go and read this. But you have to remember to take this with a grain of salt, because this is a survey, this is not a study. And that took me 2 minutes. Oh yeah, interracial violent crime incident 2018. Table 14. Let's see what table 14 says actually. Table 14 says percent of violent incidents by victim and offender race or ethnicity. So it was kind of weird. And they left out all the white on white, black on black crimes. So they changed the whole headline of the statistics just to fit their own narrative. Who would have thought? And because Elon Musk hates the media, this fits perfectly to his narrative and his points of view. And he's just sucker for misinformation, and he gladly endorses end wokenism because Elon Musk is a huge fan of this Twitter user. And because of Elon Musk, they have had what? They have 9.1 million views, and because of Elon Musk, they got 6.1 million views. Oh yeah, that's a good endorsement from fake news. Took 2 minutes for me. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, endless resources, can't find that survey and check if this was true before answering. And me, who doesn't have endless resources, and I am not one of the richest persons alive, I found it in 2 minutes. Maybe Elon Musk should hire me to fact check everything before he answers or replies. That way he wouldn't look so fucking dumb. Twitter is a force of good. A random 73k follower. Twitter user. Well, it's a Twitter blue checkmark. And Elon just decided to give a little nod of support because Elon Musk loves that ego boost he needs. And if you go to Elon Musk's replies and likes, you will see a lot of users there that are just technically shouldn't even interest Elon. Just because they have a blue check mark, he just goes around them and shares a little heart and such to them. That's kind of a weird thing to do. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the NPR case. Let's talk about that one. Elon Musk threatens to reassign NPR on Twitter to another company. So the reason why Elon Musk threats to do this is because NPR a few months ago said that they are quitting Twitter. And Elon Musk doesn't like that somebody doesn't like what he's doing and his platform. So because he has a fragile ego, a small man syndrome. So in an act of childish rage, Elon Musk decided to send an email to NPR saying that if you don't use... Oh, we're actually here. In a series of emails sent to the reporter, Musk said he would transfer the network main account on Twitter under the @NPR handle to another organization or person. The idea shocked even long-time observers of Musk's spur of the moment and the erratic leadership style. If this is a sign of things to come on Twitter, we might not soon see even more of rapid retreat by media organizations. That is true. The funny thing is that Twitter's own terms and services state that NPR isn't doing anything wrong. Even though Elon says that they are inactive, but according to the terms and services, inactivity isn't measured by how many tweets you tweet in a month. It's measured how many times you log into the account. So Elon Musk is willing to break Twitter's own terms and services because somebody doesn't like them. There's probably a Russian investor or a Saudi investor that wants an NPR handle, and that's the reason why Elon really wants to take it from the NPR. Our policy is to recycle handles that are definitely torment, Musk wrote in another email. Same policy applies to all accounts, no special treatment for NPR. Here we go. Under Twitter's terms and services, an account inactivity is based on logging in, not tweeting. Those rules state that an account must be logged into at least every 30 days, and that prolonged inactivity can result in being permanently removed. Musk did not answer when asked whether he planned to change the platform's definition of inactivity, and he declined to say what prompted his new questions about the NPR's lack of participation on Twitter. But yeah, NPR isn't using Twitter, and Elon Musk doesn't like that somebody isn't using his platform. Overall, at this point, we can actually make the definition that Elon Musk is another right-wing MAGA shill, and he isn't center anymore. He isn't any points a liberal or a leftist. He's a full-blown far-right person with a lot of money and a lot of power. So he's basically doing the same thing he was criticizing the old Twitter of doing, even though it was also proved that the old Twitter wasn't that left-leaning. They were just like restricting hate speech and people hating and harassing people. But whatever rocks your boat. And now when Elon Musk says that Twitter is more free than ever, it actually isn't more free. He's censoring more governments on behalf of governments than ever before. Twitter is complying with more government's demands under Elon Musk. Of course they are. Because Elon Musk says one thing and does another thing. The funny thing about community notes actually is that a lot of the time when Elon Musk replies to a really popular tweet, the community notes doesn't really fact check the tweet. I don't know if that's like built in or what the fuck that is, but it's something I've noticed while I've been following what Elon Musk has been doing. But yeah, I don't think Elon Musk then can call himself anymore like not a conservative and not a centrist, because he's 100% conservative, and the reason is because he gets more love from the right than from the left. So he just wants that ego boost every fucking day, and he wants people to say that he's the brilliant and most genius guy ever. I just hope that Twitter fucking goes to the ground and he needs to sell it for pennies. I don't know if that's possible, but that would be great. But that's my Elon Musk rant.